If you've lost sexual interest in your partner, it probably has nothing to do with attraction. If you've spent any time with my content, you know that I talk a lot about why sex fades in long-term relationships. It's probably the topic I get the most messages about, and that's from both partnered and single men. And honestly, it's one of the most important conversations that gay men aren't having openly enough. So today I want to go upstream from that. Because one of the things I see consistently in my work and also in the research on long-term relationships is that before the sex fades, something else fades first, and that's curiosity. Now, I'm not talking about curiosity in some abstract philosophical sense. I mean the very specific day-to-day experience of actually wondering about your partner, wondering what he thinks about something, or wondering what he wants, or wondering who he's becoming. At some point in long-term relationships, most men stop doing that, not because they stopped caring, but because they built a mental model of their partner early on, and then they just stopped updating it. They think they already know who this person is. And once you think you know somebody completely, you stop asking. You also stop noticing and being surprised. And if you're single, this still applies to you too, maybe even more than you realize. Because the capacity for curiosity in a relationship doesn't just show up when you meet the right person. It's a pattern. If you've noticed that your interest tends to drop off once someone becomes familiar, or once the mystery is gone, or once you feel like you've got a good read on who they are, then that's worth paying attention to. Curiosity isn't something a great partner will automatically bring out in you. It's something that you bring to the relationship. Now here's where it gets sexual, because this is where I see it show up most clearly in my work with men. Erotic interest doesn't just require attraction. It requires a degree of not knowing, a sense that there's still something to discover. When you've mentally filed your partner away as a known quantity, the erotic charge has nowhere to go. It's not that you're not attracted to him, it's that you've stopped being curious about him. So here's one thing I want to leave you with today, and there's something for both partnered and single men, so hang in there. First, if you're in a relationship, at some point in the next few days, ask your partner something you don't already know the answer to, and not how was your day. Make it something real, something you're actually curious about, or something you would be curious about if you let yourself be. What's he been thinking about lately? Or what does he want more of? Or maybe what's he been sitting with? Something that treats him like a person you're still in the process of knowing rather than one you've already figured out. And if you're single, the question is slightly different. Think about the last person you dated where your interest started to fade once things got comfortable. Now ask yourself honestly whether you were still genuinely curious about him or whether you'd already decided that you had him figured out. It sounds simple, but most men haven't done it in months, and some haven't done it in years. If this landed for you today and you'd like to go a little bit deeper, I write about this stuff every week on Substack. It's free, and I can go in more depth than I do here on TikTok. The link is in my bio, and thanks as always for watching.